You're going the wrong way. Over here. Okay. What's going on, everybody? It's Monkey Farm, and we're back. We're going to show you a new game today called Scrap Mechanic. It is an early release. It is coming out on Steam any day now, but by the time you watch this video, it might already be out, so definitely check it out. I'm going to put a link in the description to this. It is a, what's the best way to describe it? It's a very mechanical game, but it has a mix of building, like almost Minecraft-y, you know, where you have building blocks and you can build things, but it's very mechanical based. So you can build contraptions and cars and doors that slide open or flip open or whatever. And there's also going to be a lot of more additional updates to the game even after it comes out. So I'm going to create a new game. Everything is in creative right now. So I'm just going to give this a name, and why don't I call it Asdif, and we will create it. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do a couple things. One, we're going to create a vehicle, and two, we are going to create some kind of house with a garage, like with a moving garage that we can open and close and park our car inside of. So that's what we're going to do today. And then after that, if we have time, I'm going to do some improvements on the car, depending on how much time it takes to build, because if you've seen any other videos that people have done, you'll know that these cars fly around because gravity is like a factor, right? So if you go flying off a hill in a car, basically what's going to happen is it's going to like fly up into the air, and it's going to tip over. It's going to do flips and crash and all sorts of craziness, but it's all creative mode, so you don't get hurt. You just kind of flip around and do all this stuff. So if we have time, like I said, we will do some improvements to our car and make it a little bit more cool and make it a little bit more, I don't know, useful, and make it so it doesn't, you know, flip as easily or something like that. So we'll show you some upgrades and things you can do to that too. Okay, so everybody gets this lift thing right here. I think it's called a lift. Let me see. Yeah, it's called a lift. You only get one, but you only need one because you can take it away pushing the up and down buttons to raise and lower it. So this is where we kind of put our car, and you can drag your blocks, or you can place an individual block, look, like one at a time, or and you can push Q and watch the arrows here. It's going to change the plane of these blocks, right? So we're going to, instead of just placing them all one by one, we're going to do like a big old section right here, and that's going to be a lot easier to build. So let's do that, and then we'll add some more blocks here, and oops, I messed up, so I'm going to right click and delete those blocks. So basically this is going to be like the base of our car. Actually, I want to delete a whole section, so I'm going to click and drag and delete that. So that looks pretty good. So I'll push the up button, get this thing raised up off the ground. All right, so notice the hotbar. We've got most of the useful items, like when you first join the game, loaded into the hotbar already. You've got a couple blocks. You've got some bearings right here. You've got a little like car driver's seat. You got a gas engine, you got your lift, and then you got your controller thing, which we're going to show you in a second. And if you want any, if you notice, there's like a user's manual right there in the left part of the hotbar, and then this is like a hammer where you can like actually hit stuff or whatever, but we don't need that at the moment. So why don't we just do, okay, so we'll do a simple car to begin with, and then what we'll do is we'll improve it, because what you'll notice is that it's not going to do everything we want it to. And if anybody's seen a video already, you know that why am I putting these four wheels on the bearings? How am I going to steer, right? Well, don't worry. I'm going to change that really quickly. So then what we need to put our driver's seat. I'm going to rotate it by pushing Q. I'll put it like right in the center, pretty much like right there is fine. I'm going to put a gas engine right behind it. All right, so we are almost pretty much ready to drive our car, almost. All right, so what we need to do, we need our gas engine to be connected to this thing so that we can, you know, drive it, you know, give it some gas and all of that. So we're just going to click and drag that thing right there. Also, we need to click and drag the engine to the wheels. Now we could do it to the front wheels or the back wheels or all four. It doesn't matter. That would actually affect whether it's a front wheel drive vehicle or rear wheel or all wheel drive, all that kind of stuff. The other thing, obviously we can't steer it yet, but what I want to show you, let's see, look at these arrows. So these are going kind of like the wrong way. So I want to right click that and make sure that all these wheels are rolling forward so that the car is kind of going all the same direction. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to set the engine speed, because right now it's off. If you try to get on the engine right now when it's off, you're going to push forward and go, oh, this thing's broken. It sucks. But, so let's just give it a little gas. What we need to do is take away our lift, because otherwise we can't drive the car. All right, so now we can drive the car. Can hear the little motor running. All right, so I'm going to push forward. I'm going to push backwards. But like I said, we can't steer, right? All right, so let's fix that real quick. So what we need to do, let's put this thing back on the lift. We can do that by just clicking it, and we'll put it right over here, I guess. And all right, so we're gonna fix this. Now let's get rid of these things, these wheels right here. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of the back wheels too. We're gonna make this thing a little bit more stable for the driving over hills environment. So what I'm gonna do here, why don't I lower this a tad? Why don't I make this a little bit taller? I'm gonna do this on all four sides. Whoops. All right. I'll just do the same thing on all four sides just to make things easy. There's another thing we can add to this, which is shock absorbers, and we're going to add some shock absorbers. Okay, so let's raise this thing up a bit. Let's go into our menu. Where are the shocks? Most of this stuff is, or a lot of it is decorative, but a lot of it actually will have use later on. Here's some shocks. So we have off-road and sport suspension. We probably need off-road because this terrain is crazy. Let's see. We're going to have to steer. Let's do the back ones first because we're not going to have to add steering to those. All right. And then we need to put a block underneath these because you can't place really anything. You got to place a block. So that's the deal there. And then we're going to put our bearings and our wheels right here. And actually, we can use bigger wheels if we want to. We have jumbo wheels and big wheels, or big wheels and regular wheels. So let's upgrade to the super duper awesome big wheels. All right, we got some big wheels back there, and why don't we put some small ones up on the front? But guess what? Okay, we need to change this real quick. We need to put a bearing so that we can steer. So I'm just gonna see how that block becomes a free-floating block. All right, so this is gonna be our steering. We're gonna do it like this. Now we'll place those blocks back where we had them, and we'll do the exact same thing we did on the back. We'll put our shock absorbers, and then we'll put our bearings on the block underneath them, and oops, we wanted to use a small wheel up in the front, right? Let's do that instead. So we'll do a small wheel up here. And there we go. Super cool. All right. Now what we need to do is we need to hook everything up. But this time, the difference is that we are going to have to tell our steering wheel or our driver's seat to steer these things. All right, so see how we have these green arrows? Now these might turn the wrong direction. We'll have to check on that. Wait, why do we have these blocks? I hope they didn't connect. Oh, they did. Weird. That's really weird. Okay, so we're all good now. Anyway, so we have our bearings connected. Now let's hook up our engine to the other wheels just like we had the first time. Make sure they're all pointed the correct direction forward. And now we're going to do something a little crazier. We're going to pump up the gas a little bit more because we don't want to go all slow. All right, let's check the wheels. Oh, we didn't get off our lift, did we? Always forget that. All right, now we're ready. All right, let's check the wheels. They turn right and left. And we are going. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Yep, and there is the flip. Now, oh, if I had pushed reverse right there, I could have gotten out of the flip. So, if your car flips, all you do, you get your lift, you click it, then you replace it somewhere else. Bam, you're ready to go again. So it's really easy. Alright, now as I mentioned, we need to build a little house with a garage so we can park this car. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we need a place to park this car. So what better place than this? I don't know what this is. It's like a rocket launch pad or something like that. So what I'm going to do, let's get a different type of block. Do we have some kind of brick or, yeah, let's do a brick block. Let's make a little brick house. It'll be nice and pretty. And we can hold this and just build really quickly. And we will just do that really quickly like this. Oops, we need to rotate, so I'm going to push Q and rotate that. Let's see. See how easy it is to build here. I really like the ability to just build a whole wall. That's super cool. Alright, and we need a ceiling as well, so I'm going to have to rotate. Let's see, what's the flat plane? Is that the flat plane? Alright, so we'll get a ceiling on our garage. Alright. Do we want a window? We can just create a real easy window by right-clicking and dragging, and there, we've got a window. Oh, am I stuck? Let's get a window we can hop through. There we go. In case we get stuck out of the garage. Alright, we're back. I made the garage a little bit deeper because I realized our car was going to be too big for the little dinky garage we made. But what we're going to do, we're going to make, since this is episode 1, of course, we're just going to make like the most basic garage door that opens and closes, okay? So in the future, of course, you know, once we're a little bit further along, we can make all sorts of garage doors that aren't just going to flip up, right? Like we could have one that kind of like rolls up over back here. We could have one that like probably collapses into an accordion to the side or slides out like, you know, some Star Wars door or something crazy like that. But we'll get to that stuff later. We're just going through the basics today. So basically what we're going to do is use the controller. All right, so we have a bearing here. Now our garage door is just going to rotate up and rotate closed to open and close right on that bearing. Now, it would be complicated if we had two bearings because we would have to tell them both to do certain things at certain times, and there's no reason to basically duplicate that, right? So we are just going to build a single garage door connected to that bearing, and I got to make sure I connect the rest of these blocks to the garage door as well. All right, now this controller is going to be like the secret to everything, apparently, because it's kind of like a sequencer. Basically, everything that's connected to this controller, we're going to be able to tell to do things before or after it does something else with another object, or at the same time as the other object. And as you'll see once I connect this, I'm going to put the switch on the outside, because obviously that's where we're going to want it. Okay, so first we need to connect it. And then we also need to connect the bearing to the controller as well. Now let's get back into that controller menu, and that's how we get to program this. And it's super easy. I mean, I'm sure there are complicated things we can do with this too, but what we're doing is very easy. Now 0 is like the starting point. We want it to be 0. It's at 0 right now, meaning it's closed. So on this second one, what we want it to do, basically what this means is when we push that button outside on the switch, we're going to change this thing 90 degrees. The bearing, in other words, is going to rotate 90 degrees. And that's basically it. Now, once we turn the switch off, it's going to go back to its original, 0 spot or whatever you want to call it. So here we go. Let's push E. And it looks like it's stuck. That is weird. It's some... You know what? I should have built a floor. You know what I should do? I think there's something weird with this launch pad area. Anyway, let's push it again. And as you see... Yeah, it's getting stuck on the ground. Super weird. Alright. And let's get this whole floor done here. That's super weird that it's like sticking to the floor, you know? Kind of odd. Do we want bricks here? Yeah, we don't want garage. Let's put our brick back here. And I'm assuming that everything is going to work nicely now with our garage door. All right, so let's go over here and push E and close it. And there we go, much better. So for some reason, just this launch pad is, you know, sticking to objects and stuff. But as you can see, we can open and close it. It's super awesome. Now let's see if we can get our car in there. All right. Oh, wait, no, no, no. Other way. Other way. You're going the wrong way. Over here. Over here. Okay, let's try that again. Gonna replace the car here. Alright. Oh, did I not build it tall enough? I probably didn't even build it tall enough. We're probably gonna like cut our head off when we drive over here. Alright, we did it! Check us out! Oh, I'm stuck. I think I'm stuck, like for real. Am I stuck? Alright. We got in there safely. Goodbye, car. We made it! Yay! Can you believe it? We did all this in like 5 minutes. We built a car. We drove it. We crashed it. We flipped it. We put steering wheels or whatever on it. We built a garage for it that opens and closes mechanically. Super awesome. So that is only really the beginning. Whoops, what is going on? That's like not even a smidgen of what this game can do. So I'm super excited about what things we can do. So if you enjoy this video and enjoy this game, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe if you want to see future videos and check everything out. So that is basically kind of like the intro to Scrap Mechanic. I'm putting a link in the description to the Steam page if you want to check out the game. It's going to be out like in a couple days if you're watching this immediately when this video is coming out. So that is it. So I hope you guys like it. We'll see you later.